lot of people, you guys, if you're listening to this channel, should definitely be familiar, probably with Jeremy Corbell, but definitely with George Knapp. And they're very likable, you know. So they're very likable, and that's cool and all. So I do like them, but I want you to understand something here. What makes them actually valuable in the community is that a lot of people bring them information, go to them to get stuff out into the world. And the things that they have put out have been pretty phenomenal. I mean, they were a part, right? They were a small, maybe a smaller-ish part, but they were a part of even those government videos. They knew about those before they were released and were part of an effort to try to get them released. George Knapp, famous with the, getting into the alien stuff with the Bob Lazar interviews that nobody else got but him back then. Only more recently has Bob Lazar been on Joe Rogan finally. Didn't talk to anybody else but George Knapp before that. And now the film about him, done, of course, by Jeremy Corbell, who was vouched for, right, by George Knapp. And so the thing is that a lot of people go to them and give them this information. And this new UFO spotted over a military base, right, is yet again something that was brought directly to Jeremy Corbell from military officials sitting on the base, all different ones on the base. Round and about 50 people witnessed this, and basically it reminded me of like the Phoenix lights. Big triangle with lots of lights all over the front of it. 5 lights on from 2 on the side, 1 in the front, something like that, or 7 lights. It's a big triangle, and there's a lot of actually different footage of it. There's enhanced footage that clearly shows this is part of an object. Absolutely, 100%. We all have to agree on something. This is part of an object, and the object is a little too big to be another B-52 bomber that really isn't that much of a secret anymore, right? And even in the Phoenix Lights things, I said that's too big. You could fit 3 B-2 bombers on each wing of this thing. This literally looked like the same kind of craft that caused the Phoenix Light stir. And yeah, I just think that it matters a lot. I like this stuff. I like to believe it, but I really, really do try to remain a little bit skeptical. I am not overall skeptical of UFOs anymore at all. But case to case, I like to remain a little skeptical. So let's just we examine each one for what it is. So, because there is a lot of bullshit out there. And there's a lot that look too good to be true, so then they probably are. There's all sorts of things we can do with computer enhancement and video editing and whatnot in this day and age. But it's what really is going to matter a lot in this day and age is the video proof and all that, and have it being looked at to say, well, this isn't fake, because we can do that too, thankfully. The same kind of people that can create amazing special effects and graphics and place things in shots are the same people that can determine if somebody has done that. So a lot of these people can kind of debunk, oh, the video is not fake, but we don't know what it is, but it's not fake. And then sometimes they go, this video is fucking fake. And so that's good. That's a good thing. That's gonna help us weed out a lot of the fakes and the hoaxes and whatnot. But this, when it comes from military personnel, and they're not off duty and it's just this, and they're on the base, right? And it's at nighttime, and there you see it. It's in the sky, the lights. It's in a triangle shape. All of them clearly, now we have pictures where we can see it's part of an object. It's not individual lights. They're not flares. And there's a lot of reasons why these aren't flares, you guys. I mean, not to mention these military guys shot flares up at the craft, try to illuminate it, but also great for the video to show you what flares look like. They're in the same fucking video as this thing. So first off, flares go up high in the sky. They are not shot in formation like this, because you do not stand in a line together and shoot flares off. You don't do that. So that's a no-no. They do not practice shooting flares in that way. Second off, and most important in my book, besides that, is that because if you did get guys in line to shoot the flares off to make it look like something, first off, you'd have to work very hard at getting them in this exact triangle, shoot it up, and it's got to be at the same time. Some go faster than those. The most important thing, if you did all that, they fall to the ground, you guys. Flares don't go up in the air. I don't know if you understand how flares work, but they do not go up in the air and then hover in the air forever. They fall back down, okay? And they make an arc. They go up, they stay there for a sec, and then they lose altitude and they come back down. So they're not going to stay in formation. There is no physical way where flares can hover in the sky like that. And when we look at pictures and then we look into it a bit and we see this is a part of some sort of object that the lights are coming from, because we can see the outline of the object. That's another thing that's important to mention about this case. So this was just, and we hadn't touched on this yet because I really man, there has been a lot of great videos, footage, and so we've put it on this channel. When I put videos up there, I like to show you guys the really cool ones, the ones that really, really make you think, man. And this is just lights in the sky, but at face value. But this might turn out to be an important case. And the reason why is because you have the credible military people that are not just 1, 2 guys. They're not off duty. They're on the base. This thing is over the military base. They are the ones that are filming the video of it. They are giving you dialogue during the video saying, what the hell is this thing? No, those aren't flares. Flares don't work that way. And saying, oh, it's a part of an object. This is a fucking UFO, and freaking out a little bit. And there's about 50 of them all together that throughout the night witnessed this thing. Also, they also said that the whole base acted weird. They saw this thing and they were, the people seeing it were, oh my goodness, what is this? And they kept staring at it. But that's not what I mean. What I mean is that the heads of the base, the commanders, and so on and so forth, they acted strange. They wanted to investigate this thing. I believe that they sent up aircraft as well, helicopters or something. They sent up something as well, as they've done. This is not unfamiliar to a lot of other cases, and they'll send off, jets, burning of fuel with their afterburners to get after what was said to be. Meanwhile, they're like, oh, come on, you guys, this is nothing. Don't mind these jets that we're sending off in the fastest of kind of ways to try to look at this thing. Don't mind the helicopter. We just are fooling around. We knew there was no reason to send any of that stuff up there. There was nothing to be seen at all. So I don't know what the big hubbub is about. It's very strange how that is.